horrific shooting on Las Vegas Strip, when social media conflict turns into bloody tragedy. On Sunday night, in the busiest area of Las Vegas, the city that never sleeps, a shocking murder occurred right in front of the famous Bellagio hotel. What began as a routine live stream turned into a bloody tragedy, claiming the lives of a married couple and leaving profound questions about social media's impact on real life. Rodney Finley and his wife Tanisha Finley were a couple from Arizona, widely known in the YouTube community under the aliases Finny the Legend and Bubbly. They were not only beloved content creators, but also kind-hearted people who were always ready to help those in need within their online community. Rodney was described by friends as a loving man, a devoted husband, and a thoughtful father and grandfather. He was not only famous for his good emotional control, but also known for his kindness, frequently donating to help those facing difficulties. Tanisha, nicknamed Bubbly, was loved by everyone for her cheerful personality and enthusiasm in charitable activities alongside her husband, Manuel Ruiz, 41. Known in the YouTube world as Sin City Manny, is the suspect in this double homicide. Ruiz, a YouTuber also active in the Las Vegas community, had maintained a persistent feud with the Finley couple, lasting over 2 years. This feud was not merely simple social media arguments, but had escalated into real-world violent actions. According to Derek Ware, a close friend of the Finley family, this vendetta had been simmering for 2 full years, creating a tense and dangerous atmosphere that few could have predicted would end so tragically. The feud between the two parties began in 2003 with a shocking incident. Ruiz was accused of using pepper spray to attack Tanisha Finley. This was not merely a social media argument, but actual violent action, marking the beginning of an increasingly escalating conflict. After this initial incident, instead of choosing legal channels or peaceful resolution, both sides moved the conflict to cyberspace. Social media, originally designed to connect people, became a battlefield for verbal attacks, response videos, and provocative posts. Throughout nearly 2 years, the conflict between Finley and Ruiz was publicized on social media platforms. Rodney Finley, with his restrained and fair character, hosted open live streams where all topics could be freely discussed, including issues related to Ruiz. Derek Ware emphasized that Finley always maintained a fair attitude in debates. Manny was welcome to participate to defend his viewpoint. Rodney kept everything fair. It wasn't a one-sided attack. It wasn't just, let's talk about Manny badmouth Manny. It was about sharing everyone's experiences. However, according to those close to them, this underlying war created significant imbalance. While Finley increasingly attracted more followers and community support, Ruiz was gradually losing followers and his influence. This disparity may have created feelings of anger and jealousy in Ruiz, contributing to pushing him toward his final brutal decision. On Sunday evening at Las Vegas Strip, neon lights blazed brightly, as on any other night, attracting thousands of visitors to this city that never sleeps. Amid this bustling scene, Rodney Finley was preparing for a routine live stream with his wife Tanisha. This was an activity the couple had been doing regularly for many months, turning Las Vegas Strip into their outdoor studio, where they interacted with hundreds of followers each night. Around 9 p.m., Rodney turned on the camera and greeted familiar viewers. The frame showed a smiling, relaxed Rodney in casual attire, with the backdrop of high-rise buildings glittering with lights characteristic of Las Vegas. Tanisha stood beside her husband, occasionally joining the conversation with her cheerful comments. The atmosphere of the broadcast was extremely relaxed and intimate. Rodney was answering questions from viewers in the chat box, joking about everyday matters, sharing about the couple's weekend plans. Perhaps they never thought these would be the final moments of their lives. Tanisha was laughing while talking about a new restaurant they planned to try tomorrow, her voice full of excitement and love for life. Suddenly, around 9:15 p.m., while Rodney was reading a comment from a viewer, a figure appeared from behind. The camera footage showed a middle-aged man wearing a dark t-shirt and baseball cap, slowly approaching. Initially, Rodney and Tanisha seemed not to notice this presence, perhaps thinking it was just a curious tourist wanting to appear on camera. But what happened next transformed everything in an instant. When the stranger approached to about 1 meter away, this man suddenly pulled out a gun. The video clearly shows the sudden change on Rodney's face, from a bright smile to terror as he realized the danger. Tanisha, standing beside him, had a similar reaction, her hands raised as if trying to stop something. Without warning, without any prior dialogue, The attacker began shooting. Gunshots rang out consecutively in the space, creating immediate chaos. Passers-by began screaming and running in panic. The camera still recording captured these horrific moments truthfully and brutally. Rodney, in a protective reflex, tried to shield his wife, but the distance was too close, and the attack too fast for him to do much. Bullets fired consecutively, creating characteristic metallic sounds as they pierced through the Las Vegas night air. In the livestream chat box, hundreds of comments began appearing at breakneck speed. Viewers initially couldn't believe their eyes. Some thought it was acting, others wondered if this was a joke. But when they realized this was real, comments turned to panic. "Call the police. Is this real? Oh my God, somebody help them." After emptying the magazine, the attacker quickly left the scene. The final images captured on camera showed Rodney and Tanisha had fallen, blood beginning to spread around them. The camera continued recording, capturing the terrifying silence after the storm of violence. The only remaining sounds were distant screams from passers-by and police sirens beginning to wail from afar. Online viewers, shocked by what they had just witnessed, immediately began calling police. Some rewound the video for evidence, while others shared information about the incident on other social media platforms, causing news to spread at light speed. The live stream, originally designed to bring joy and connection, had become a silent witness to a brutal crime. Thousands of people became unwilling witnesses to a murder carrying horrific images they would never forget. This was not only a personal tragedy for the Finley family, but also collective trauma for the entire community that had followed and loved this couple. After committing the criminal act, Ruiz attempted to flee the scene. Detectives used the casino's surveillance camera system to track the suspect's path from the crime scene. Surveillance video showed Ruiz running from the incident area toward the valet parking area, where he discarded his hat and t-shirt in an attempt to change his appearance. However, these concealment efforts were unsuccessful. The next day, in an unexpected turn, Ruiz voluntarily surrendered at the police station. This action might show remorse, or could be due to realizing that escape was impossible. The following morning, he appeared in court, facing 2 charges of murder with a deadly weapon. While the legal system will handle punishing the perpetrator, our society needs to deeply reflect on how we interact with each other in digital spaces and how to prevent similar tragedies in the future. 2 lives have been lost, but the lessons from their deaths could help save many others if we know how to listen and act appropriately.